Joining us now, retired U.S. Air Force General Chuck Wald, former Deputy Commander of United States European Command. He also was responsible for developing the air campaign of Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Welcome to you and thank you this morning. What is your read on diplomatic talks when there is so much distrust sown into decades here?
Well, I mean, again, I'm not the diplomat, but from a military perspective, I think it's drug out enough. The IRGC, the only hope they have now is to try to draw the negotiations out, keep us in the talks, and they're losing. And I think it's time for us to say, hey, it's either sign the agreement, and we're going to open the straits, by the way, or we're going to have to go back and start taking military action again.
In your mind, what does that military action look like to put the most pressure on Iran?
Well, I think it was alluded to in the previous discussion, but the intelligence for the U.S. is exquisite. We have great intelligence shared with the Israelis. Excuse me. The Israelis have superb intelligence. We saw that when they first attacked Hezbollah earlier. And so I think we know where significant military targets are. We know where targets along the Straits of Hormuz are. And I think we should go after those. I've said all the time, we should go after every missile site we can find, every missile factory you can find, every military development capability they have, every command and control capability they have, and any ships in the Straits of Hormuz that are threatening, and we should do that.
And does any or all of that then put the ceasefire in question? Are there any parameters where they could go after certain targets and not violate a ceasefire?
Well, you know, again, your point is a good one, but the ceasefire is kind of euphemistically used. There is not a ceasefire. I mean, the Iranians attacked the air terminal in Kuwait a day or two ago. They continue to attack targets in the Gulf region. They fire at ships. I mean, that's not a ceasefire to me. And I think the United States has shown unbelievable restraint by not coming back and being more aggressive every time they attack one of the targets in the Gulf, or even in the Hezbollah attacking Israel. So the United States is living up to what is, quote, called the ceasefire. The Iranians aren't, and I think they need to pay a price for it.
Right. And I even think of the attack and the strike on the airport in Kuwait, which was not able to defend itself. Might we start to see some of those nations and allies and others across Europe step up to the plate if we continue to see that type of action?
Well, I think our allies in the Gulf region, the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and UAE for sure, will join in with us. But I think if Iran keeps doing this, they basically are getting a free ride on attacking targets. I can't believe that the Western world is allowing Iran to attack civilian air terminals in Kuwait in this case. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was.
So I think we've kind of got to the end of the rope on this thing, and I think the Iranians need to start paying a price.
It definitely feels that way as we look at some of that video. One person was killed. I think there was something like 60 others injured. We don't ask this question enough, but I know if you've got a loved one who is serving overseas right now, you're wondering what those targets might be if Iran does, in fact, look to strike U.S. targets. We've got a great military that can intercept many of the missiles. But what are some of the efforts being done, sir, that you can help assuage some of the concerns from families here at home?
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, anytime anybody's loved one is in harm's way, you should be concerned. But frankly, I've spent a lot of time in the Middle East. I spent a lot of time in the countries we're talking about. We have great defenses. I mean, people aren't idly standing by, walking around the courtyard out there. They're defending themselves. So again, it's difficult to defend against all these drones and the missiles themselves. So I think sometimes a counteroffensive or being aggressive to take these missiles and drones out in the first place is the best way to go. But again, I think I know the Central Command commander and the United States military and our government is doing everything they can to protect our troops, and they're protected. But we need to go after Iran.
Indeed. All right. General Chuck Wald, thank you for your time.